What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Plugin Police. I'm your host, Wet Hair Beats, and today we'll be checking out Baby Audio's CRYSTALLINE. CRYSTALLINE is a next-generation algorithmic reverb with a pristine and modern sound, giving you unprecedented creative control to shape your reflections, lets you sync reverb, start and decay times to your song tempo, an evolution of classic 20th century studio reverbs fully upgraded for today. Now, what makes this plugin different, you may ask? Let's take a look. A perfect algorithmic reverb is often considered the holy grail of digital audio effects. In fact, the idea can be traced all the way back to research papers from the 1960s. Throughout the 20th century, algorithmic reverbs evolved thanks to companies like EMT and Lexicon, but limited computing power at the time forced manufacturers to work within narrow constraints. Fast forward, and now we have the resources to do things that couldn't be done during the golden age of studio reverbs, both in terms of sheer sound quality, but also in terms of adding creative features that weren't possible in the hardware days. CRYSTALLINE stands on the shoulders of 60 years of chasing the holy grail DSP. We've asked ourselves what the pioneers of the legendary digital reverbs would have done if they had the resources we have today, and then we've made exactly that plugin, with all the bells and whistles a modern engineer would need. It's compatible with VST, VST3, AU, AAX, requires Mac OS 10.7 or Windows 7 and up, and it's supported by all major DAWs. Let's see if I can finish filming this video before my hair dries. I doubt it. So today we're going to solve the question of, is this reverb as good as other reverbs? Is it worth the $49 or $99 price tag? I think the UI of it's really good. It's very simple, but also has very complex features as well, including ducking, reverse, and shimmer. We'll be talking about that a little more later on. And the price is about equivalent to everything else on the market. I'm going to run through the prices real quick so everyone gets an idea of what's happening. So the reverbs I have and I was able to compare it to are FabFilter Pro R, which is $199, H Reverb, which is $29 or $49 or $349. Again, I have no idea what's going on with the Waves website, but they're having like sales on top of sales for some reason, and so I don't really know what the price of anything is anymore. Then there's the Manny M Reverb, which is on sale for $29 or $49 or $99. Then the Kilohertz Reverb is $41. Spoiler alert, this one kind of sucks. So basically, for the most part, most reverbs are about this price range. The only one that's like way more expensive is Pro R. And again, spoiler alert, Pro R is not really anything that's special compared to some of these other ones.
Holy shit.
Now, why would you go with this reverb over the other reverbs? Mainly because of the ease of use, in my opinion, and some of the features. A lot of these other reverbs were built for professionals, people who know every setting of a reverb already, including pre-delay, decay, dampening. You get the picture. Now with CRYSTALLINE, they pretty much could not have made this simpler to understand. They labeled pre-delay as start and decay as end, which is actually kind of a good idea for beginners because they're speaking to people in a language that they will understand whether or not they're an experienced music producer. It has reverse and freeze functions just like any other reverb. One critique I do have with the design though is I think there should be an actual bypass button instead of using the logo as a bypass button. That's one of the few things I found that wasn't intuitive about the design. Like that's a cool idea, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Not everyone's gonna think that when they click over that. The only reason I did was because I was going through and looking for every option on it. The shape and cleanup features are all pretty well designed as well. So now we're gonna talk about the important part. You might be on the edge of your seats right now. How's the sound? So I actually planned doing like a reverb shootout for this video, and I went through and set up everything for it, including 10 different reverbs, and I set them all to similar settings, and I came to the conclusion that it was really hard to tell the difference between any of them. Especially if you like blindfolded yourself and you were playing a random one, it's hard to tell the difference between almost any of them. There are a few that I do think sound better than the other ones. Usually it comes down to the lushness of it and smoothness of the reverb. Some of you guys may be like, hey, I want that reverb shootout video. No, you do not. It would take like 30 minutes and I'm gonna go through 10 different reverbs with the same sound and no one's gonna be able to tell the difference between any of them. Yeah, that was a dumb idea, and it's also objectively hard to measure it as well. But I can give you my personal opinion on the difference between the sounds of them. I do think some of them sound better than the other ones. Now, my favorite sounding reverbs that I own are CRYSTALLINE, FabFilter Pro R, Waves H Reverb, or Waves Manny Reverb. I think I prefer H Reverb more just because it's more complicated. That's just for me personally. And then the Valhalla reverbs are also really good too. But like I said, these are basically all on the same level for me personally. The only real difference between them is the price and the usability. I can show you guys some quick examples of the differences between the reverbs. Just really quick though, because we're not gonna do a shootout with this. It's fucking dumb and there's no way to objectively measure it. Okay guys, I'll be comparing some different reverbs here real quick. I tried to set the settings all about the same. I started with a basic room preset, then adjusted them all to have the same decay time, 0 pre-delay, 100% wet, no modulation, no filtering, EQ, or any of that, and they're all level matched. I tried to get them as close as possible as I could. I don't think I missed any settings, but yeah, let's see what they sound like. Okay, here's Crystalline. Now here's Pro R. Here's Waves H Reverb. And here's Ableton's stock reverb. They're all pretty close to -7 dB, but I'm going to match them a little bit closer in post, so do not mind what you see on the screen, okay? If one of them looks a little bit off. Anyways, I do think they all sound pretty good and slightly different. I do think Crystalline actually does sound a little bit better to me than all of them, now that I'm listening back again. Let me know what you guys think. Good news, I just found out I'm pregnant. I'm honestly not even a little surprised. Now we're going to talk about the presets, because why not? I actually do find presets pretty useful when it comes to reverbs or delays, because sometimes I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for, or maybe I'm looking for something and it might be faster just to click through the presets to find exactly what I'm looking for. This plugin has a large amount of presets for something that's $49 or maybe $99. Now the only other plugin that I saw that has as many presets as this one is FabFilter Pro R, which costs 2 to 4 times as much. And the only really significant difference between Pro R and the other ones is the ability to create a custom EQ. I think H Reverb also can do that as well. But you could really just create your own post EQ at the end of your chain, or pre-EQ at the beginning of the chain. So it's not really a deal breaker in my opinion for me. Pro R actually also has a decay rate EQ, which I guess is what you're paying $150 more. Personally, it's not worth that to me. Some of you may say quantity of presets is not really a big deal. Well, it is a little bit for me, because I'd much rather have 100 presets than 10. Some reverbs only have 10 presets, and that's disappointing. Now, one thing this reverb has over a lot of other reverbs is the shimmer feature. What is shimmer? One of the staples of ambient music is the so-called shimmer reverb effect, in which each note is followed by a reverberant wash of sound an octave higher than the original. Did you say shimmy reverb? No. The only plugins I personally know of and have that have the shimmer feature are the hybrid reverb from Ableton. I mean, there's an echo feature with the H reverb, which is kind of similar, but not really the same thing. And then Valhalla Shimmer also has one. Now, Valhalla Shimmer is better, but that's just because it purely focuses on that. It is better for shimmer. One critique I do have for this Crystalline plugin is they could give you more features with the shimmer. Maybe feedback, the ability to change how it pitches, or maybe like the balance between the shimmer and the reverb. You know, it would spice it up a bit, but at the same time, I might be asking for too much at this point. I really don't know. It'd also be nice to be able to reverse the direction of it or change the pitching of it. Like I said earlier, I pretty much rank this reverb on about the same level as Pro R and a few of the Waves reverbs and Valhalla. I'd say they're all about on the same level for me. They all sound smoother than my stock reverb or some older reverb plugins. Who would I recommend Crystalline for? It's definitely more catered towards a beginner producer, but it could also work well for an advanced producer as well. Sorry, engineer. Producer, engineer, what's the difference nowadays, right? We do it all. I mean, for $49, this is not a bad deal at all. For $99, still a pretty good deal. And because of that, I give Baby Audio's Crystalline an 8 out of 10. Especially if you can get it for $49, we might even bump that up to 8.5 or 9. But it's hard to say if I should be rating things based. What do you guys think? Should I be rating things based on their sale price or the original price? Because some things are always on sale, and some of it's just deceptive marketing, not from Baby Audio, just in general with plugin companies. So sometimes it's a little bit hard for me to assign the exact rating because the price fluctuates with these plugins. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of Baby Audio's Crystalline. Is it a good plugin? Is it the best reverb you ever heard? What's your favorite reverb? Yeah, I honestly don't use reverb plugins. I just set up a mic in the bathroom while I'm taking a shit. Again, not surprised. I'm your host, Weaver Beats. My hair actually finished drying by the end of the video. Check out my Discord, check out my Twitter, Twitch. We got kits at weaverbeats.com/kits. I also have affiliate links now, guys. So if you guys want to buy things and you want a percentage off while giving a kickback to me, check those out in the description. I have some of my favorite plugins linked down there, and it's a great way to support the channel while getting something for yourself. Say bye, Rob. I told him to look for a shimmy reverb. Poor idiot doesn't even know there's no such thing. Steven, what do you do for delay? How do you create your delay? Oh, that's easy. I just repeat what I'm saying. Works pretty good, right? Right? Steven, get some motherfucking help. All right? Get some help.
Band Incorporated.